Serve coffee on top of the pan and boil it on medium. Have you got impulsive shopping on your mind? That's like more like a 21st century. Impulsive shopping on your mind. You remember that song? What did you say? To boil coffee. To boil coffee. Boil the coffee.
And then what?
Then just let it sit for a second, and the grounds will sink to the bottom. Sometimes if you put a few drops of cold water on it, it makes the more fine it's ground, the more it turns into a sludge on the bottom. It's better the more ground it is. Like powder is the best.
You boil some coffee in the water.
Yeah, then you just dump it out really slow, and the ground should stay on the bottom. If you gotta let it cool down for a minute, and then you. But I don't have filters. I'm just boil. But when I grind the whole bean in the blender, it turns into powder, and that really sinks to the bottom good. It just turns into a sludge. You know Turkish coffee? It's like Turkish grind, so. But yeah.
I see.
So what about 1972?
Well, to begin this story, let's go.
Okay.
To begin this story,
Okay.
we must go far back in time to when Thoth and other ascended masters were synthetically creating a Christ consciousness grid on this planet to heal what had happened between
It's about time you get to the point.
and Atlantis.
About time you get to the point.
So, when the Ascended Masters began their construction of the grid, they made the hole in Egypt that connects to the flame of life.
I call them like departing gods, not ascended masters, more like departing gods.
And they activated their geomancy with sacred points all over the world. Now, the Ascended Masters then calculated that we would matriculate into the fourth dimension by the winter of 1990.
I call them devils. I think devils is a more accurate word than ascended masters.
And at that time, only a very few people would make it.
Past the devils.
There was nothing unusual about this experiment of creating the Christ consciousness grid synthetically. Apparently, it is done on a regular basis. That is, jumping planets up or down dimensional levels. No one in the universe paid any particular attention to this experiment. It was no big deal.
No big deal.
However, about 200 years ago, the Syrians, who are our father aspects, became aware of a high possibility that we were not going to make it at all. So, they foresaw an event that was going to happen in 1972.
Oh, okay. That's where 1972 comes in.
And we had to be at the fourth dimensional level of awareness by then in order to survive.
Get through that wormhole?
If we were at that level by 1972, there would be no problem. But if not, everything would be wiped out.
Didn't
The
work out.
entire
Okay.
planet.
Okay.
And as time passed, it more and more seemed as if we would not reach that consciousness level.
Okay.
So,
You're doing good.
Good.
You're doing really good.
To see this life out. We are, in a certain sense, their children, and they have that special parental love connection.
That's a good stopping point. Good choice.